everybody. I'm live. I hope everybody's doing well. Today we are coloring, we're resuming where we left off. We are coloring the dinosaur with the houses or the stegosaurus, which I made in blue and a little bit of purple I put in there. So we are with him carrying the houses. I thought this is going to be a fun picture. I thought so. I hope everybody is well. This is the book. If anybody's wondering what the cover looks like, I put links down below where you can purchase the book, so don't worry about that. And I did get 2 new books. If anybody wants to know which 2 books that I got, they finally came in, but they're supposed to be. Hello, Color Me Jen, Diana. I got this one. This is called Black Pink by Qissy Art. I actually saw a picture from this book. I know what you meant. I actually saw a picture of this book on Instagram. So from this book on Instagram, and so I immediately looked at it. I said, like, you guys get to see this because this was like a portrait book. Yeah, this is like a really nice little portrait book. It's not on the best paper, but what can you do? You could do some nice work with pencils. If you want to work with markers, I just recommend that you put a lot of page behind it. I like this one. I like that one. I like this one. I like all these pictures. You know me. And then you guys know how much I love my grayscale. So we got an Alice in Wonderland. My head is much better. I was just going to get to that after. I was just going to talk about that, my head. So this is the Grayscale Alice in Wonderland. Grayscale by Jade Summer. This is one of the newer ones. I like that this came out with a grayscale version. You guys know that I love grayscale. I actually did this. I actually remember doing a picture in the first Alice in Wonderland, but where I made my Alice brown hair instead of blonde. So this is just like, they have some really nice things you could do. I like using markers on the Jade Summer book. Oh, do you like your new bed and mattress? So this is the Alice coloring book. I love this. I wonder if they give you 2 sets of this. Yeah, they give you 2 sets because this is where the second set begins. So they give you 2. Oh, that's good. That it's nice and comfy. You know, a few days ago I got a purple pillow. Now, Purple is the other company that makes mattresses in bed, and they don't do a traditional mattress foam. They do their own thing. So I got a pillow, a purple pillow, and it's like, those aren't supposed to be really good Caspers, but the purple pillow, which I got the ergonomic pillow. It is so cool when I lay my head down. It's like, oh my god, it just makes my head feel so much better. Like, and for someone who has a lot of problems finding a good pillow, this pillow works amazingly. So I'm really happy with the pillow. Yeah, but the pillow was expensive. Mitchell, I'm not going to say it wasn't expensive. I know their mattresses look amazing, so, but they are expensive. So today we'll work on the houses here, and then we'll work on the rest of the picture on the other side. But today I want to work on the. Oh, what happened yesterday? I was going to go live stream, but then what happened, because my mother wanted to do something and use the computer. She wanted to take a class, but she couldn't do it. But then I got into an accident trying to find something up here, and I hit my head on one of the lower beams. So there was some ringing, but I didn't go to bed. I didn't feel nauseous, but it was just a big headache. So, you know, I hit my head yesterday. It was not a fun thing to do. I should get these things out when I have them up. What I'm looking for. Now these are something that I almost never work with on stream. It's doing well. I live in I'm live in a part of the city. I live in New York City, so I know, right? Like but the purple pillow works totally different, Robin, than other pillows. It's like it's such a different pillow. Like the way they describe it is the best on their website. So these are what you call deli colored pencils. They're also known as Starjoy on Amazon. So we're using these for the buildings. And this is color number 120. They're numbered. They don't actually give you your pencil names. Which ones? The delis? They're also known as Starjoy, so try and find them under that name if you can. So these are very good. They're not badly priced. Hey May, how are you? You probably have figured out which book we're doing today. This is red. This is 116. You can tell I use this color a lot. For what? The Starjoys. I don't use eBay. I don't really like using eBay too much. I've had some issues, but that is currently sold out. Nobody seems to have a copy of that right now, Jean. I looked on eBay the other day. I looked on Book Depository. I looked on Book Atlas. I looked everywhere for that book. I mean, I have a copy only because I've had it for a while, but it's really hard sometimes to find books. This is a Holbein. This is rose pink. Yeah, some of you may have seen that I gave Michelle this a sharpener that's similar to the one I had. Only hers was a different color. This is rose pink. Hopefully they'll reprint it, Jean. Truth be told, I like Amazon more than I like eBay. That's not to say that you can't get good deals there. This is 122. When I first got these, I used these excessively. Isn't it a much better sharpener than you wasting? That's good. Those are nice books. And this is a Holbein, and this is a Deli. Now, they look very, very similar. But this is the more expensive pencil, and this is the budget pencil. And I can tell you, someone said to me, oh, when they hold a Holbein and a Deli pencil, they felt the same. No, they don't. They don't feel the same at all. Red, 117. There's a great deal of mini books, and then, then there's the Etsy stuff. You guys haven't even seen half the Etsy stuff. There's some great coloring pages being sold on Etsy. $139. What does your son like to do? I just ask because when your son says something like that, I go, what does your son do? Hold on, guys. I'm going to move the camera in closer for you guys. So he probably spends a good, let's put it up there. Out there, he probably spends a good $200, $300 on his fishing supplies. Oh, and remember the color that I couldn't find a replacement for, guys? Well, guess what? The pencils came. So Blick ordered them pretty fast. So I was able to get replacement colors for the color that I ran out. Here's the thing I say about that for people who say, oh, it's so expensive, your hobby. Now, this is a Jungo pencil. Who remembers these? I got this in one of my, I think, Coloring Heaven magazines. Yes, it does. It's supposed to help you. Like, sometimes I stop coloring because I'm like, I need to do something else. You guys remember that Victoria Moon diamond painting? Well, I've almost, I got a lot more done. In my spare time, I've been diamond painting it, but I've been doing it off camera downstairs. So. And I ran out of containers. That's how many beads there were in there. Mm-hmm. Salmon pink. Exactly. You find community. The one thing that I love about this is the community of people. There's such a variety of people from different backgrounds, different ethnicity, cultures, therapeutic value. You learn from other people things too. It's not like you just doing things. Also, guys, if you go to Hannah Lynn's website, she is selling an artist edition of Maui Mermaids Volume 2. Yes, there will be a Maui Mermaids Volume 2 from Hannah Lynn. She has advertised it, but she is selling an artist edition, which means it's on better quality paper. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for things to 136. I know there's so many different kinds of pencils now. You got your artist grade pencils, then you got budget friendly pencils. Depends on what you're coloring with. It like and I'm gonna say this to be very polite. Everybody's different. There's different papers out there. Like for me, if I'm coloring with my Copic markers, I either like when I'm coloring with with Copic markers, I like to either color it on Copic paper, which I don't have a whole lot left, or I like to do it on the colored paper, or I like to do it on cardstock. Most of the time, though, if I'm going to color with pencils, I prefer cardstock. If I'm going to color with markers, I prefer doing it on colored paper or Copic paper. So it depends on what you really like to color with and what mediums you're going to color with, because everybody's going to want to do something different. I'm not like markers are awesome. I love using markers. Anybody here who knows that about me. So this is number 159. And this is 117. And Jean, this is my favorite sharpener. It's called a Swordfish. They have different versions of this one. The one that I'm currently using, they don't sell anymore, but they have a version of it that's similar to the one that I got in Michelle. And you can blend with the polychromos. People have said to me, "Oh, I can't blend with this. I don't understand how you can blend with this pencil," and I can't. And there is a learning curve. I don't want to say there's not a learning curve, but sometimes there's a learning curve with certain media. Like whenever you get new pencils, there's going to be a slight learning curve with them, even if you've had a previous version of them. I didn't tell you about the doll, but I've heard that's a very good one. It's comparable to the swordfish. I know a lot of people who like that one. You know, I tried many different sharpeners before I tried the swordfish. I have the Tegal, I have the matte, I have a polychromos one, I have the metal one, I have a plastic one, I have another Tegal, I have two of the M&Rs, the round ones in here. I just wanted a place to put them because then I can have a place to put the shaving. So I went through a lot. I even at one point had a stapler one and a Prismacolor one. And I hate the Prismacolor sharpener so much. It did nothing actually for my pencils. No, it wasn't me who recommended the doll. Was it May Robin who might have recommended that one for you? Hi, Jackie. How are you? Today we're gonna continue coloring in Worlds Within Worlds. We're doing the these are deli colored pencils, or if they're known on Amazon as Store Joy. These are budget friendly pencils. Don't worry, we're gonna go back to using polychromos later on when we start the second page, though. Maybe the Pablos too, and the high end stuff. And you know, for me, I use whatever I want to use with my thing. I use all kinds of different pencils, and I'll use several different brands of pencils and markers. So because I was running my two markers and running low, I decided to reorganize all my Copic refills and put them in here. So this is what I did with my Copic refills, guys. I put all my Copic refills in a box. This is not all my Copic stuff, you know. So this is what I did with them. I put them in a box, so that way I could keep them straight. You know, it's not easy to get all the colors. That's what I did. Just so you guys can see that I have spent some time. I think it's better to be somewhat organized. Like I had them in a thing, but that thing wasn't working anymore. So I put the rest of my parkour, which I don't have many left. I think I have maybe 20 left of the parkours. So would I buy the parkours again? Probably, but at this point I'm trying to fill up my Copic chart. And Jackie and Michelle, I did get that acid yellow that you guys were talking about. You guys are wondering, this is my Copic chart at the moment. This is all my Copics at the moment that I own. You know, sometimes it goes between what you need and what you want. Sometimes need is going to be outweigh want. So this is what I have so far in my set. You know, and then I don't have many grays and grays. That's, you know what I mean. Like you can tell that I've this acid color, which is Bio 8, I got that. It's a new color. The E43 is a new color. The YR23 is a new color. This is a new color. BG05 is a new color. So you see B21. This I got a long time ago. I think on one of what did I get from the chart? I got it a long time ago. This May had put up the link a few weeks ago for the Copic chart. So I actually ended up getting that from Amazon. The rest of the new colors came from Dick Flick. What's funny about Dick Flick and Jackie, you can know this when you start buying them more, the refills, that they're actually changing the refills around. Yeah, they are. They're actually changing them. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss May. They're actually changing the Copic refills. They're going to make them smaller. They're going to make them half the size and charge just as much money for them. So you can buy the markers at Blick, but you have to go to third-party sellers now to get the ink refills, which is insane, and they're charging insane prices for the thing. So this is 121. I like to put this back in order because I have it in an order that I like. This is color 123. I'm doing the houses in Dallas. I was never a big yarn person, but I know a lot of people like the yarn. Oh, that's nice, Jean. It's a good way to keep your mind occupied and not go insane during this whole time. I'm not making a schedule anymore because trying to make a schedule does not work for me. And I also have to be considered the fact that I am living with my mother and my mother's doing stuff too, and sometimes she needs the computer. Me and my mother are probably going to be doing absentee ballots this year. We just filled out the forms before. Now I wish I put out my prime liner. A pen. Fine liner? They the fine liner? Yeah, but you have to fill out the paperwork to do that, Michelle. You can't do that. It's actually paperwork that has to be filled out to do that. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good use of time. I never learned how to do crochet and knitting. I never had the patience to learn that. So guys, next time I stream, do you want me to continue the Kirby project or do you want me to do something for Mermaid? Or do you want to do something Grayscale? Because I know I need to do something on camera for Mermaid. Not lots and lots of PDFs. I'm definitely not finishing this picture today. So I think it might be something Grayscale. Maybe that you know, they do have other Kirby books too. Oh, that's nice. It's the Mermaid. We have plenty of Mermaid books. You know, we have the Hannah Lynn mermaids. We have the pop manga stuff that's mermaids. I'm not a yarn person, but I know a lot of people like yarn and washi tape and all those really crafty ones. Okay, we'll do a mermaid next time. We're not finishing this today, guys. You know, we can thank Nick for this picture. This is, I think, 2 or 3 more streams. Picture. Oh, that's nice. Lots of time now to do the things you wanted to do. You guys really want to see more muted tones. Another set of pencils that I love from the muted tones. Black. When I say black, I meant black pencil case, pencil case. These. We finished one side of the page. What is an Afghan anyway? What's an Afghan? This I think is lupine. This is a tombow. You guys can tell part of it's over here. Another side and part of it's over here. So this is always the hard part about Kirby's books, but I do not like the color in his books. It's only because it's the only part of his books that I don't really like the color when you have a 2-page spread. It's the crease in the middle. And I really shouldn't let that bother me. Cameo pink. We're learning about crocheting. Never learned. Oh my. Oh, Jackie. I know a lot of people like doing yarn and things like that. That's just not my thing, but I've seen some people do some beautiful work on YouTube with crocheting, sewing, and the yarn work they do. I think a few diamond painters are actually crocheters too. Who's one of the diamond painters who's also a crocheter? Is that Coffee? Miss Coffee, I think is. So this is plastic pink. Now these are tombow irritants. These aren't as well known as some of the other sets. Colors are very good. I like my Prismas, Jackie. But a lot of people, here's the thing about Prismas. Prismas are a layering pencil. Polychromos are more of a straight color pencil for me. But that doesn't mean you can't layer them and blend them. It's just like, so, at first I was lost what I was going to do with these pigments, and then as I thought about it, came to me what I was going to do with these houses. For me, Prismas are my first pencil, so I have a deep love for them. Jackie, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do the pastels, either have them get your gift set from eBay or have them get a 50 set from eBay because there's a 50 set of pastels which has also some skin tones in it that I've been told. So until I get that, then we'll know. The problem with the home lines is once you see them, you should buy them because they're really hard to get otherwise because they go out of stock really fast. For whatever reason, they can't keep them in stock very long. They're cherry red. These are tonable irritants. So, yeah. See my French? And this is a Pablo. Mahogany. You know what it is too, Jackie? Um, I'll tell you right now what it is with the home lines, why they're taking so long. It's because of the pandemic. They're okay for me. They're not my cup of tea. You know, don't get me wrong. I like the Clara McCover stuff better than the nice little town stuff, but they are cute. I know a lot of people like them. I find them cute, but are they for me? Depends on my mood. I have to be in the mood to color that. I gave you the first one. I gave you the tiny one, if my memory serves me correctly. Michelle. I gave you the first one, which was a tiny, tiny little book when it first came out. Then they made the books bigger after that. They made them full size because at first they were pocket size and then they made them full size. And no, I haven't gotten my color in heaven yet. I'm still waiting on the princess one. And I renewed my subscription to them. They gave me a better deal because they wanted to keep me as a customer. So when they did that, they gave me a better subscription price. You know, when they give you a price and you don't really like the price, then they go, well, we have a price here. We think you might like it. Did you guys see the new Jade summer? Not the tattoo grayscale, but the Hawaii horror one that she did with all the little cute witches and stuff. I saw it, but the thing is that I want to wait till there's a grayscale book on it. So, also, guys, if you want to get Hannah Lynn is selling an artist edition of Maui Mermaids Volume 2 on her website now. It's not out yet, but you guys can get an artist edition that she's selling exclusively on her website. It's going to be just like the first book, only better paper. So she's selling it on her website, guys, so keep that in mind. I don't think I've seen the Snow Dragons books. Sherry Baldby's style has changed. You know, her style used to be much different than it is now. I like her new style. That's what I want to do. I want to wait for the grayscale version of the Kawaii horror. Because, and I'll probably get it closer to Halloween than I would now. Also, guys, I was talking about Hannah Lynn. She's selling a new book that isn't out yet, but it's going to be on artist paper, so she calls it the artist edition, and you can only get the artist editions of her book through her website or her Patreons. So keep that in mind. Sometimes she does Kickstarter, so keep that in mind too, guys. Sometimes there's Kickstarters. But right now, she's not doing that book via Kickstarter. She's doing that on her website. You know what it is, Lori? Everything is taking longer to ship. It's not their fault. Instead, a lot of our books have to go through customs, and then, you know, they sometimes stay in there. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my princess copy, and it hasn't come. Those two books are beautiful, in my opinion. Here's the thing with Jana Pravasavina. If you buy the books over at Amazon, Jana Pravasavina is also known as Jana Furrier. If you buy her books via Etsy as a PDF, it's better because the paper is better. So, and then also with Jana Pravasavina, if you buy the books on Amazon, The paper's not that good, so. But you know, when you go via color and having the paper is so much better. See, having a nice sharp pencil does make a difference. Well, I have what you call refill syndrome right now. If you're not familiar with that, meaning that I need to get more refills for my workers, so I'm in the middle of a refill season. But it's been hard because sometimes they come in and then sometimes they don't come in right away. So the companies have been trying, you know. It's not like they haven't been trying. Scarlet moments. You never know what I'm gonna pull out. I never thought I would be doing a month where I would be doing Kirby, so keep that in mind too. So. Hold on while we go back, while I get my polys. And to get my liners. And we get Black Widows. Yeah, I have Black Widows, I have polys, and I have liners. This project requires almost, I think, this project does require that I use everything in my catalog. Yes, and look, little pencil. Miss Sammy would be so mad at me, Miss May, and call me a criminal. It's in her words, I am a criminal. I keep tiny pencils. Those who know this know that there is a little joke in the community about me and little pencils, that I am a pencil criminal. No, I think this is the wrong orange. I think this is a cadmium orange. I think. Yeah, that's it. It's a little joke between me and her. Well, I like little pencils. We joke about it with each other that it's that I'm a criminal because I like tiny pencils. So it's a joke. It's just funny. You know, I like to. Here's the thing, guys. When your pencils get little, they get harder to use. But it's not that they're bad. I just like to use them up because some of you know pencils get expensive when you buy them via the liquor store, the Amazon store. I just need them to work. Okay? That's the most important thing. Remember, according to my governor in my state, our state has to reach 7 metrics before we can even open up. And Mayor de Blasio said the city itself, not other regions of New York State, but if you're in the city, they've extended the pause now to June 13th. So some businesses can open up as long as they provide safety measures, you know? No one wants the infection rate to go back up. So you have to have several things. Also, I like to listen to my governor, and sometimes my governor comes on late, so. This is cadmium orange in the polychromos. So, you know, one thing I do miss is going out to the stores, getting the stuff that I need. I know what color I want to make these little guys. Hold on, guys. I know what color I want to make the little guys. Hi, Marika. Yeah, we're in. Yeah, well, there's different measuring sticks. So, and this is a whole line, and this color is ice cream. And Jackie, there is a bigger set of Holbein pastels than this for 12. There is a 50 set available of the pastels. So hopefully when that comes in, I can show you that when that comes in. I think there's too much green anyway. Well, those have not opened up in my state, and if they are, they're illegal right now because you have to have, in my state, you have to have certain metrics. So last night, it was quiet. You know, it's been like dead. Usually it's very busy, it's very talkative in my neighborhood. So usually, because I have a lot of bars where I live in the street, so it's always very noisy. There are a lot of people in there. You know what I mean? I want to have colors that just differentiate the creatures. I don't want the creatures to be too similar. So they need to be different colors, but they also need to be. So what happened last night was, you know, me and my mother were enjoying things, and it was nice and quiet. All of a sudden, I hear these people outside, and they're conjugating, and they're having their alcohol. They bought the alcohol from the restaurants. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but here's the thing: they're supposed to be 6 feet apart, and they're only supposed to do pickup. They're not supposed to be hanging out in the streets on Stone Street. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sure May did not mean any offense to it. wisteria, and pink. Well, we had a guy here, and the store just came back, but it's doing takeout only. The guy basically opened up a restaurant right before this craziness happened. This is purple. Oh my god, I must really like the purples. Listen, I'm using a lot of purples today. Full book green. See a color I like, I start to use it. I don't follow plans, I just do what I feel. I don't think that it may meant any offense, no pig. This is almond pink. Red, cherry red. You know, there are a lot of places to get good stores and things like that. You just have to be careful where you buy stuff because sometimes there's also been reports of, and I want you guys to be aware of this. There's been reports of sales, things being said that aren't true. So take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. You can't believe everything everybody tells you. You're like, no, what color is this? This is permanent green. Oh, oh no, Fred Willard just died. He was a comedian actor. So terrible. Olive permanent green. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Tombow irritant pencil. Now these you can buy open stock and they flip. Before you can buy these open stock, now you can. So but you can only buy them online at the Dick Bookstore. Otherwise, you would have to buy them in packs um, at Amazon. So the thing is, they come in sets like this, and there's 3 sets of them. So you get the first volume, which is pale tones, vivid tones, and deep tones in the first set, and they look like this when you buy them. So hence, these take a long time to come. So when I bought them, I loved the color so much that I bought a second set for them, so I would have the refills. And then what happened was I was using certain colors more than other colors. So then I had to like figure out where I can buy them open stock. And it wasn't for a long time that they weren't in open stock at Dick Blick. Dick Blick is like the best place to get art supplies most of the time, but now that this pandemic has hit, they are not selling Copic refills, just like the Jerry Art Ram. And there's two reasons why this is. One is the virus. The other one is that the Copics, the people who make the Copic marker, Copic itself is retooling their marker refills. So they're going to be changing up. So now everything has gone up in price. Some of the refills are like $13 a bottle. You know who has good yarn here is there's a Michaels in the city, but they always have yarn in stock. I always see all the yarn stuff in stock. Always see it at Michaels, Joann's, if I get a Joann's. I told my brother once I could never live in LA because there's no art stores. And he goes, oh, you shouldn't say that without investigating it. Like, I said something offensive to him. But, you know, when I went there, my brother didn't really give me and my mother a tour of the place. If he had, I probably would have found the store. But still. The only thing I saw when I went there to explore my own for his neighborhood was a Joann's. But my brother goes, what about a Joann's? I go, that's not really an art store. That's a craft. That's a craft store. He goes, well, isn't coloring a craft? I go, you shouldn't say things that you know nothing about because friends, you don't really know what I do on my channel. So, you know, it's kind of my mother hates my diamond painting, John. Mary, my mother absolutely hates my diamond painting. Like, she likes it when it's finished, but she actually does not like the process that I have to do because I have to film. If I do diamond painted videos, I have to do them downstairs. And I have, because I pre-ordered 2 paintings from DAC, I have one coming now, and then the other one is still in, you know, because it was a pre-order, so one is in a pre-order stage. You can tell that I like to color this in like the colors. I know a lot of you were like, oh, why aren't you streaming? But you know, part of the reason why I don't stream a lot during this pandemic is because my mother also has to use the computer. And sometimes she wants to use the computer at the same time I do. So we have to kind of reach a gap. Most places will ship international, but they might not be shipping international right now because of the circumstances that we're under. Like, and right now I can't find raspberry. They had to refund me my money because they couldn't deliver the item to me, so they refunded me the money for the raspberry refill. And guess what? The refill, I can't get the raspberry color refill because the refill is out of stock. But some of you know that they're going to make the Copic refills smaller than what they were before. You know, this is not the first picture in this book. This is the second picture in the book. So they kind of, what they do, and I was told this by my postman. He's a very nice man. I have 2 postmen, one that delivers the packages and the one that delivers the regular mail. Now, I was told by the one that delivers the guy who does the package mail. The way they do it is they have a list of what's essential, what isn't. Now, if you're ordering from Amazon, Amazon has a code on the label as to what they regard. When you're getting things like hand sanitizer, medicine, and stuff like that, that's considered essential. So here's the thing. So they have a code on their labels when they ship them out, what's essential. So they will sometimes, oh, this is essential? That will go off first. Well, this isn't essential? we're gonna keep it. Like I had a diamond painting from 20 Creative. It took me 2.5 months to come. I now have it. I'm still waiting on my second one and Heart Full of Diamonds. I'm still waiting on one for that. So take that. Yes, I do order from other companies besides the EAC. My first diamond painting was from Amazon. My second one was from Amazon. My third one was from GAC. My fourth one is from Victoria Moon. The rest I have are from the EAC, and then so when you do that, there's lots of different companies to order diamond paintings from. So you got to be careful where you order from too, because sometimes there's people selling fake things. Yeah, I know a lot of them are out of stock, but really, I just saw what the new. But I'm waiting for a lot of stuff. Some of the older Copic refills just came in that I ordered now. So it took about a good month for the refills to come in. So I am happy about that. But it could have been better. But it's like I feel like I pay for the service, the Amazon service, but no, I'm paying what's considered. Yeah, I'm paying for like 2 day shipping, and then it takes me a month and a half to get my stuff, maybe longer. But I don't mind waiting. If we're patient, we'll get through this. Like I ordered a sharpener, and it came really quickly to Michelle, so that was a good thing. I ordered sandals; those came really quickly. Before coloring books weren't coming in fast. Now they seem to be coming in faster. Although some things come in fast, some things we just wait. I think in general, a lot of things will change after this is over. And I don't mean like we'll all be still. I think some of us will still be in that paranoia stage where we'll still be wearing masks when we go out and things like that, because I think a lot of people will still be scared. And I don't think that's a bad thing to be scared. I think it's just that, nobody wants to have to go into the hospital if they don't have to. Questions have to be asked, like, should we be doing more stuff that's America based in America, like ventilators, masks, PPE, things like that. These are the things that we were short of. Nobody expected a health emergency like this. I don't think there's ever been one like this for a long time. Not since 1918, I think there hasn't been one. I was just reading, like my mother was reading up on the history of that. Did you know that Philadelphia had, I think St. Louis had the quickest rate of decrease because there is history where the social distancing has worked in the past with other diseases. And then the other thing too is when I go back to work and I take the subway, I'm going to have to bring gloves with me, Miss May, with Robin. And I know that may not be a popular thing, even though it's the dead of summer. I'd rather not be touching people. I not be, There are some people who theorize, oh, this virus came about because it's considered the great equalizer. Yeah, well, I've never met a virus that just targets old and sick people. When this virus first started, that's what we thought it was just. And then we find out that some people may have had this disease as early as November, and we didn't know it. Because what they were calling it before they actually gave it a name was an upper respiratory infection. You have to think about these things. Well, I actually, on Netflix, there's a series on Netflix. Well, there's a little show on Netflix called The Truth About Coronavirus. And I was watching it, and according to this, the reason why they call it Corona or COVID-19 is because this is the 19th strand of it. And the reason why it's called Corona is because of its crown-like structure. And that this is an offshoot of the SARS virus, they think. You too, Miss May. You stay safe and keep well and safe, guys. Really, if you guys got to go, I understand. But I want you all to be keeping safe and doing the things that keep you safe. Mhm. And this is Alexis Green. You too, Miss May. We do a lot with this song. I have to say I've done a lot in this book, more than I would do. The reason why I picked Kirby was because I think, I wanted to do something that would be a little challenging for me. Someone said you could get the same colors that you get from the Holbein pastels in Prismas. I don't know who has there's a person who has a conversion chart. There's one person who has a chart where you can have the same colors in Prisma. Someone did a conversion chart, show you the exact same colors in Prisma. But I haven't seen that, so. Who thinks we could finish this today? No, I think we should try and finish it today. If we can. Yeah, let's go 2 hours today. How are we on time? Let's try and go 2 hours today if we can go 2 hours. This is green gold. No, no, no. Oh. Just rip the page. That I did not mean to do. This sometimes happens when you're doing. See what happened. Things can fix it. No. Other things happen. Okay. I'll show you what happened, what I did. What I did by accident. It could, you guys can't see it, but it does happen on occasion. Right there, but it's tiny, tiny little bit, but we're gonna fix that later on with tape. Here's what you do. Take a piece of clear tape. Piece of clear tape. My God, this thing does not want to stay. Oh, that thing does not want to stay. Does. There we go. Just readjust it. Sometimes these things happen. And that's a whole lot. My mistake. It's trying to get the other thing out. With the green gold. But first I'm going to snip off this. This is light purple pink. Green. This is a delicate pencil. What color should we color him? Start thinking about coloring him. This is pink. Remember, we have a whole lot of curly books. Like, geez. This is a light pink. This is pink Nada Lake. There's already a lot of purple in the color. I'm thinking something different. The orange. You'll hear it. I think we do need a 2-hour stream today because the more 1 hour and 45 minutes, depending on. I'm glad you guys came to the stream today because it makes me feel happy when you guys come here. And we can all have a nice conversation, just get away from our problems and everything else. You know, you think being off that you have all this time, but then you realize you don't because you're busy doing this in the house, or you're busy cleaning, or you're busy trying to rearrange stuff. So, you know how it goes. This is my honeymoon. Like, I really like the blue Witihin that we used here. You guys ever notice that some pencils work better than other pencils in sand books? I noticed that with my romantic country books, and maybe you guys don't notice this well with Christmas, that they leave a lot of residue in that book, but if I use anything but my Christmas, the pencils are fine. But they always leave things going. I'm not sure where everybody went, but I'm sure people are quiet just watching, you know, I'm sure there's people working, or maybe that there's another stream going on, and then I don't know about that stream. But before I came on, I ate my lunch because I didn't want to do this hungry. That's like the worst thing you can do as a streamer is like be hungry when, oh God, people will find anything to fight about. You know, I am, for the first time in my life, not working. And so that's a little bit different for me, you know. Like, usually if I'm not working, I'm on vacation. And this has not been a vacation for me. This has been like, you know, a disruption. And I'm sure a lot of people understand that in life there's disruptions, but we just have to make, you know, we roll with it, we do the best we can. This is gonna probably end up going downstairs and trying to take a photo of this. Because I have to take the photo of the nesting dolls too. And you guys know that I don't do 2-page spreads very often. Usually I do one-page spreads. You know, here's the thing about mediators. I never like be playing mediator because you know what happens? Then you get blamed when things go wrong. You know, when you're the mother, you have to. You know, when you're the mother, you have to be the mediator. But sometimes you just wish your sister's getting on, get over it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You're family. You're supposed to be there for each other no matter what. But I have found in my life personally, that family is overrated. Not all family, but sometimes you're like, why am I related to this person? This person makes my life difficult. Don't get me wrong, I love my brother, but sometimes me and him, we just don't get along. Sometimes we get along wonderfully. as adults. But sometimes we got, you know, we live far enough away that we can be separated. My mother and father hated me and my brother fought as youngsters. Like, why can't you get along with each other? You're supposed to love each other. You know, everybody has different ways of dealing with their stresses. Well, you know what? That's probably the role that your mother put you in when you were young. If I may ask, were you put in that role when you were young by your mother? Or whatever you or sisters are arguing about? Fix it, Robin? See, it's just me and my brother, and I find that exhausting. So if I had four other sisters, I'd be like 4 or 5 other sisters, I'd be like insane. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have sisters. I've always wanted a sister, but then I think about it and I'm like, oh, thank God I only had a brother. I think I'm red. I don't know why, but I want him to be red. Which one is- But I got, you know, guys, we have to thank Nick from Nick and Tina's Coloring Corner because he was the one who suggested I do this page. Yeah, Nick is the one. You know what it is? Sometimes the oldest has to step up. It's really hard for you to be the parent. But I think they realize that you will be there too. But I've never played mediator. Hmm. So guys, let's thank Nick because Nick is the one who really got me into doing this page. I thought this would be another 2 streams, but I'm covering this far faster than I thought I would. And I've enjoyed doing this Kirby pick, so we'll do something for May next time we come on this thing. I might actually, if we don't finish it on thing, we'll finish a lot of it. But we still gotta do the yellow down here, we gotta do these leaves. Then we gotta do the yellow leaves up there. So, you know. So what else is everybody coloring for May or doing something for May? Are you guys coloring May or are you coloring the... Oh God, some people can't. You know, it's okay to have different opinions. That's their opinions, you know, but they're going to be different. This is called dark phthalo green. There's also another polychromos. This is gold green on the bottom. Trying to get the color scheme to them. Well, you have to remember, we started it, half of one stream was this, and then I think it was another stream, then another stream, and now we're on this part of it. You know, Kirby's books, you know, they're beautiful books. I think they're some of my favorite books to look at, coloring wise, but here's the thing. They all work. I mean, whenever I see someone coloring them, I go, oh God, so much work, but so beautiful. This book, I think, is his best book. I don't think it's... I think this is my favorite of all his books because it is, in my opinion, but that's my opinion about the book. Doesn't necessarily mean it's everybody else's opinion. Some people will say, well, they like Mythomorphia. Some people are going to say they like Anamorphia the best. His books are worth, but they are worth it. I have Jade Summer's Intricate Flowers. But, you know, I like Jade Summer's Grayscale much better. Who saw Anne's video with the tattoo Grayscale? That page came out spectacular, but she does something with her white dots that I haven't learned yet how to use my white pens like that. I wish I could learn how to do the whites without making it look too transparent. My favorite videos are where the cats are very much present. Jade Summer has some really good books. I like her Grayscale stuff, even though they're a great version of the line art. I think for me personally, I like the Grayscale books. The Jade Summer does better than the line arts. That's not to say that I don't color in the line arts. I just like the Grayscale, and I seem to be coloring more in the Grayscales than the line arts. But you can do the Grayscale differently. Get some white in here. I think every book is pretty in its own way, you know. Every book has a... What are your favorite books or favorite pictures? I know Michelle did the... You know, there's two pictures that I want, but I'm waiting for the pastels to come because the sneaker page. There's a page in the back here with sneakers in it, but I want to do that with pastel colors. I also want to do the library with the waterfall picture. There's a lot of pictures that I want to do in this book, actually. You know, I think this may be my favorite Kirby book because I like looking at the pictures. I like thinking of ideas, and then I see other people color. Like, okay, that wouldn't have been how I would have done it, but that's a different way of coloring the page. Now, if you see me grab one of these pages, it usually means that I just need the page for edge work. I saw that one. That one is one of the ones that I'm looking forward to doing. But I haven't figured out which, I have some ideas in my head, what colors I'd like to use them for. Just picking out some colors. I think it depends on what you want to do with the book too. So this is green gold, which is this color in the back, but this is emerald green, which is one of my favorite greens in the whole set from Polly's. And you go up to find out why this is one of my favorite greens. No, I didn't even use my black widows, which I planned on using them then. I guess because we did so many colors in this with so many pencils. Really, Michelle, if it wasn't for Nick and Tina, I probably would not have done this page. My favorite page, like right now, I like all the pictures in this, and that's saying something. Normally, I like 10 pictures, and the rest I couldn't care for. But this I like. Yeah, and it was done with the polychromos. Now, the funny thing is that the polychromos actually cost more than the whole lines actually on some of the sites. Like on Amazon, they're $300, but I think Robin said they were like $165 in Jerry's Artrama. So check around for prices on other websites like Jerry's Artrama, Amazon, Dick Blick. Check all the art stores too because sometimes they have different prices depending on what you want to buy. So that's my advice to you. Just check the sites out before you go and buy things. Because shop around. And you also guys use the Honey app, which is my favorite app for shopping because then you get points from what you buy, and then eventually you might get a gift card. Isn't that orange stunning? I love this orange. I love this picture, and I can thank Nick for it. I had an idea in mind, and I'm glad the idea came out, even though I altered the idea a little bit. So houses I actually like. What they would, right? That's the final part of the picture, ladies and gentlemen. We're now on the final part of the picture. I didn't know we'd be going this long. Normally I don't go more than an hour and a half, but I think today is the exception, and I do want to finish this picture. Now some people say, oh, you color so fast. You know what, I do color fast, but that doesn't mean that, that the picture is any less great, because I've seen people who take their time and do these beautiful works for it. Then I see people who just go do that speed coloring. Speed coloring sometimes leaves me a little bit dizzy. There's the color. Yeah, I know some of the pencil grids look exactly alike. That's the funny part about this one. Pink gold. This is a fun color. Because it kind of looks like a yellow ochre, but it's not. I almost considered doing it yellow ochre the ground, but I was like, no. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people say I'm a fast color. I'd say I'm a medium color because I've seen people color much faster than me at a faster speed than me in the show. And I did see when I was busy the other day, I did watch an anime film. It's like the last one in that 15 movie series that they did on the DC animated universe. It was called Apocalypse Dark. It was called Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and I must say it was very, very good. I liked it a lot. I watch a lot of different things: cartoons, anime, TV series. I actually started watching Virgin River. I'm only one episode away from finishing the first season on Netflix. And that's based on a series of books I found out by Robin Carr. So the movie takes the first four. I think the first series takes the first two books in the series. Because we're just starting to get to what the story is with Paige in there. Some version different. So I do need to read those books now because I want to actually read the books to compare them to the series that Netflix has done. I really like the TV adaptation of it, so I might read that Robin Carr series. Get the contemporary romance in a small Midwestern town. I heard good things about them. We have finished it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finished the picture. We have finished Kirby Rosanna's picture. I have finished the second picture in this book, so this is what it looks like. First part. And the second part. So this is a big, big project, guys. Thank you guys very much. We have finished. We finished it. Yay! So you guys want us to do something for mermaids, so we would do something for mermaids. But I have to put all those pencils away too. So every time I do a string, I end up leaving my house, leaving my bed, my other stuff messy. So yay! I did Kirby. I did 2 pictures in one within one. So this. So we can probably do something, mermaid. I have this book. So we'll do something for mermaid. I might print something out because I took pictures from the mermaid thingy. You guys know that I'm doing this book in markers. I started off in pencils and then I changed my mind. I've done this picture from a while back. That was done in markers. You know, I have the mermaid book here. I did this. I was trying to do a sunset. This is before I knew how to do a sunset. I do like trying new things. So we can do Jasmine Becky Griffith. Or we could do one of the 4 books. We have Phantomorphia, Mythomorphia, Anamorphia, Magimorphia, and Geomorphia. I don't think I've done any pages in Geomorphia. Oh, that'd be nice to do Geomorphia since I haven't done any pictures in it. Really, I haven't done any pictures in this. That's funny. I have not done any pictures in Geomorphia, guys. Who thinks this needs to change? I have not done a single picture in Geomorphia. Trying to see if I've done a single picture in Geomorphia. I have not done any pictures in Geomorphia, which means, ladies and gentlemen, since I've not done a single picture in Geomorphia, means I can use it for Color Your Board as well. Let's go pick a picture in Geomorphia to do. Let's go pick a picture in Geomorphia. Let's go pick a picture in Geomorphia. Let's go pick a picture in Geomorphia. How have I not done a single picture? April did this, and this took April so long to do. I'm not a skull person. I don't think I like this book as much as I like the other Kirby books, to tell you the truth. Yeah. If there was a mermaid in it, maybe I could. I mean, I can always draw a mermaid if need be. I can always draw a mermaid if need be. One of the water scenes. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're gonna do pick a water picture and we'll draw a mermaid in there. That's what we do. We'll pick something with a mermaid. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I can draw a little mermaid in here or something. If I knew how to draw. Now if I only have my drawing pencils. No, I can't draw for crap. Too bad I can't draw. That's interesting. Like that. What is reason? I need this. That's a thing for snakes. Oh, I like this. What is that, a ballast or is that a snake? No, I didn't. don't like doing complicated things. I just did a complicated. I'm just picking pictures I like in general. See. This will be the next Kirby book we work on. So this will be the next Kirby book we worked on. So I will see you hopefully next week, and I'll be streaming much more next week. So guys, thank you for coming. We did a 2-hour stream. I hope you guys all have enjoyed this stream. I know I have. Bye, everybody.